Alright everybody, before I even get in this video, I just want to say straight up, I'm not gonna lie, I might have gotten to a little schmingle dingle before this video started. So if a bit of my delivery sounds a bit more stronger or more abrasive, I just want to let you know that I might or might not be off a couple of that jungle juice, you feel me? But aside from that, yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. I'm so glad Young Thug is free. I love you all. I'll see you in like 6 minutes. Alright, y'all boy, I'm back with another certified hood classic, man. Of course, before I even get into anything, you already saw the title and everything like that. But before I even talk about Jeffrey, we gotta talk about how your week has went, man. How were these past 6 days for you? Hopefully you did something exciting and crazy and marvelous, man. Because I know for sure for me, all I did was sit here thinking about what the hell I'm going to do for today's video. But thankfully, something amazing happened, all right, everybody? It is a beautiful day today because now we can wake up and thank God that the Young Thug Rico trial has finally reached the finish line. Jeffrey, aka Thugger, aka Slime, aka the man with the uncle that died that is amazing, has finally been freed from captivity after 2 years of fighting one of the most toughest cases any rapper could ever fight against the entire state of Georgia, and he won. But of course, none of this could have been done without the help of the greatest lawyer next to O.J. Simpson's dream team, Mr. Brian Steele. If anything, I feel like he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts because of his ability to be able to turn a 25-year Rico case to a 15-year probation is quite the achievement. And for the people who don't know, to be explained a Rico from a guy who doesn't have a law degree, it was an act created during the Nixon administration to be able to crack down on organized crime within the United States from the top all the way to the bottom. Basically, if you even had a finger involved in any sort of organized criminal activity, you were going down. And to just get charged with a Rico, the feds would have to have an egregious amount of evidence against you that would basically guarantee the fact that you're going to jail. It's like playing a game of Uno, right? And let's say you have... Hey, can you shut up? But it's like playing a game of Uno, right? And let's say you have the final card, right? You got Uno, you're about to be Uno out, right? But then the guy next to you whips out the draw fours and makes you draw 12 cards, puts you out of the game, and he won the game, essentially. But while Jeffrey is free, that doesn't mean that there aren't any stipulations to any of this, of course. With the main thing being the fact that he can't even travel to the metro Atlanta area, which basically is just like forced exile for him because that's literally where everything has went on for him throughout his career. So, but on the contrary, he has to make 4 annual presentations promoting anti-gang culture and anti-gun violence towards youth groups such as the Boys and Girls Club of Atlanta, and also for any grade school levels from elementary school to pre-K to middle school to high school, basically telling the kids, don't join gangs. And obviously, of course, he can't have any contact with any known street gang members or any sort of organizations, with his only source of contact that he's allowed throughout this entire case being Gunna, which, I mean, would kind of make sense because that is his signee and his protege, so. And of course, obviously, he can't promote any sort of gang activity and culture, which includes throwing up hand signs as well. Which I feel like for the hand sign thing, I feel like his defense could be that he just watched a lot of Naruto growing up, but hey, I'm not a lawyer, so. And then, of course, there's the fact that he's under probation for 15 goddamn years, which on paper you wouldn't think that's too bad. But in reality, this man has to play nice for 15 years. Otherwise, his entire career will go down the drain in an instant. Also want to make a side note here. If you just hear a bunch of random jingling going on throughout my background noise here, yeah, it's my dog. You want to say anything to the camera? Poopsie, hey! You want to say hi to the camera? Yeah, but going back to the whole probation thing, I said it before, it's 15 years of playing nice under the legal system. Otherwise, his career has gone to shit. And I said before, on paper, it's like, hey, all you gotta do is just not do bad shit. Which, yeah, you know? But like at the same time, especially in a lot of rappers' cases, you see this a lot in which rappers basically get placed in a trap in which their past tends to, you know, still be able to keep up with them, and a lot of the you know, culture and activities that they participated in also tends to keep up with them while they're on probation. So them staying out of trouble tends to be inevitable. But of course, I don't want to presume that he'll get in trouble and go back to jail, because how else are we going to get a new Young Thug album? And Business is Business does not count as a Young Thug album, thank you. But now the question is, what will become of Young Thug's career? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's in for one of the biggest comebacks in the history of modern hip hop. Because I mean, this entire trial, this entire Rico saga has managed to take up so much media attention. Him just dropping one single just soon after he gets out could be able to garner that #1 Billboard spot just damn near immediately. Or he can just take the Bobby Shmurda route and do absolutely nothing with the traction he's garnered. But then again, no, Young Thug is not Bobby Shmurda, so I don't exactly see that happening. So I'll say this, right? If he drops a single within let's say the next month, right? That's definitely going to be #1 Billboard. If he drops an album by the end of the year, or let's say he even starts a rollout for it, it's selling at least 250K first week. And if he just happens to do a song with Gunna, yeah, that shit's gonna be on the #1 charts for the next 5 months. But at the end of the day, it already depends on him and the label, because hey, he could always just fade away and hide under cuddling with Mariah the Scientist, which, if I'm being honest, I would not blame him, because wow. But let me know your thoughts on Young Thug being free. I mean, unfortunately for all the other people that are involved in the Rico, they're more likely going to be serving around 2 to 10 years, because hey, for the king to be able to survive, some people got to make sacrifices, right? But as for me, I'll just be waiting on the next Young Thug drop, because that's the shit I'll be blasting for the next 3 months, because Young Thug is one of my most favorite rappers. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this video was kind of a nothing burger, but at the end of the day, I needed something to be able to talk about. And Young Thug being freed, that's always something I can talk about. I'll see you guys next week when I have something actually more interesting to talk about, like an iceberg video or some shit. I don't know. Either way it goes, life has been lifing, and I hope life has been lifing more positively for you. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.